Hey everybody, and welcome to Shenanigans. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Excellent. Anything interesting going on in this last week?
Um, I'll let you go first, Rob.
Well, I went out to see a movie last night.
And how was that film?
The film was good. Company is a little iffy, but you know.
I know there's this guy next to me, and he just kept snoring the whole movie. It's really weird. He's loud.
Oh God! Should have just elbowed him in the face.
Well, gotta respect your elders and all. We went to go see something about animals, beasts, and where to find them.
That
Legendary
was
beasts?
awesome. Did you like it? I really enjoyed it. I'm not a Harry Potter fan or that universe fan at all, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie.
Same thing. I've never really enjoyed the Harry Potter series. I never read the books. I started to watch the movies and I hated them. But this was great. This was actually really fun.
Yeah, it was really well done, and I loved how well they made the beasts.
The beasts were really cool. Yeah. But I was also super excited by some of the trailers, especially the trailer for Kong.
Yep.
Thrilled. That looks fantastic. In fact, I want to start a whole new D&D world where it's just one little town on some sort of desolate island somewhere that has some sort of monstrous beast that just roams the island, and it's clearly his island, and you can't fight the beast. The beast will destroy you, but he's a gracious ruler, and as long as you don't piss him off, he'll leave your little city there intact. But occasionally you have to deal with this, towering 80-foot gorilla or lizard or whatever that just cruises around the island. So
I'd play that. And then it's once every so often you've got to pick one of the party to sacrifice.
yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I don't know. There's a story there. There's a cool game there for another time. For today, we're doing Shenanigans. So why don't we walk around the table and introduce our characters to everybody? Who would like to go first?
I'll go. So today again, I'm playing Melissa, who's good with Martha and is out and ready to see the world. And hello, world, here I come.
Wonderful.
Young elven woman, ready, just right out of school, ready to see what life is all about.
And I am playing Bork. He is the bardic kobold. If you haven't seen my game before, he is kind of crazy and happy to take most people's eyes. I think I'm on a rack of
Just
4.
Plucking people's eyes from their heads?
Oh, just stabbing them.
Oh, right, okay. Not taking their eyes and putting them in a jar back home, but just "Arr!"
I think I can start doing that. I only stabbed through one eye, so the other eye is still pristine to collect.
They can be back home. Very nice.
Exactly right.
Okay. So without further ado, why don't we kick into game? It is a rowdy night in Shenanigans. There's a new band in town, and they're playing a new style of music. They got these big brass instruments.
Grindstone?
Excuse me?
Was it Grindstone?
No. There's something screwing things up here that's bothering me. No, it's kind of like a bluesy, jazzy, swingy sort of music. And the bar is filled with your usual mercenaries, but also a few of the more well-to-do people from around the neighborhood who typically avoid Shenanigans because of its rowdy and boisterous nature.
Okay.
So the two of you are sitting at a table by yourself. Notice a new waitress has been hired to handle the extra help here. All these, well-to-do nobles or merchants are standing around in tuxedos and dresses and ordering fancy cocktails. You see Desmond behind the bar in his nice. Desmond's nice clothes, which are still beer stained. I'm trying to make drinks as fast as possible while the half orc or the full orc is in the kitchen making food, and all these very fancy people are standing around having cocktails and little hors d'oeuvres that the orc is making.
So we're in that magical speakeasy from 1926 in the movie last night.
Pretty much.
Yes, there was a speakeasy in the movie last night. Yeah, sure. Except without the magic. It's just a speakeasy. It's Shenanigans. It's the bar.
Okay.
So you guys are standing about. What are you guys doing while you're just, I guess, sitting?
Well, waitress, could I have a glass of Bessie's milk?
Oh, I'm sorry, hon. We're all out. Used
many
in the cocktails we're making. She flounces off, leaving you stunned.
That's why people come here. What am I gonna do now?
Shrug and be like, Bark? Like, I don't know, man.
We're gonna have to track some down.
Well, I'm right behind
Who
you.
knows where Bessie the cow is?
At the back? I'm assuming in the stable. Like, come on.
No, Bessie doesn't belong to Shenanigans. Bessie's on a different farm. Well, Shenanigans isn't a farm, so
Oh, obvious.
Bessie's just on a farm. I can't say different, although I guess a farm is different than a bar. So maybe that statement stands.
Okay. Well, have you thought about asking Desmond?
I could, but I've been thinking about something else too.
What's that?
Well, it occurs to me that some people think Indiana Jones didn't accomplish anything, but what I think they're doing is concentrating overly on the Ark and overlooking the scene in which they were going to transport the Ark on that plane. And what they're failing to notice is that plane was a flying wing built in 1936, ages ahead of its time compared to other similar planes. In fact, the very fact that the Ark was going to be transported on that plane, Hitler's greatest treasure and relic, would mean that plane was well tested and not shoddy at all, which is an amazing feat of engineering. And you can only think that Hitler must have had an aerospace engineer who would have been way ahead of all the Allied efforts, able to make a stable flying wing, something that the United States really wasn't able to do until computers using stealth technology and everything back in the 80s. So I can't help but think that it was a prototype, since we never saw it again or since. And I'm thinking that big, beefy, bald German guy that fought Indiana Jones, he wasn't just a mechanic. He was the engineer, the guy who designed it. That's why he was so protective of his baby. And that by fighting that guy and then knocking him into the propeller, Indiana Jones saved World War II from being won by the Germans because of superior aerospace technology. And it only makes sense that it would be a very ironic type ending for him, in which he was destroyed by the very thing he had built. And just that nobody ever noticed that, which is par for the course with anything by Spielberg, that nobody ever notices the little touches he's doing. Just like how at AI, nobody knew that those were supposed to be evolved robots, and they thought they were aliens at the end of the movie. They're like, what the hell is this? Anyways, that's what I was thinking.
So Bork just slurps his ale and he's like, I think you've been talking to the wrong kind of bards. Like, that story is amazing. You should tell that more often.
Maybe, but I'd like better to tell people about Martha. That's the best story of all.
I think you should keep up with the Martha thing so you don't get burned as a witch.
That would be silly, because I'm not even a sorceress. I'm just a priestess for Martha.
A rather rowdy, or I shouldn't say rowdy, a rather drunken man kind of stumbles over to your table. Hey, look at you two. You're a funny couple. You guys, sweeties?
No, she's all yours, buddy.
Oh, excellent. He just turns his back to you. So, little lady, what are you doing tonight?
I'm going out looking for milk.
Really? I think I know where I can find some. I think I might have some milk at my place. Would you like to head back there?
Is it Bessie's milk?
Yes.
Then lead on.
Fantastic. He sticks out his elbow for you to take it.
I don't know about that. Linking arms leads to pregnancy. That's what we learned at Madame Farrindeer's School for Elven Girls.
Leads to pregnancy? Don't be ridiculous. No. We're just walking
it's a
in case you trip.
touch.
A gateway touch, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That means you wouldn't be interested in touching later.
Oh no.
He turns and walks away.
Bye. Sorry to mislead you. Even though he must
we going to get the milk.
what I'm saying, because I'm speaking in kobold.
Well, I do speak kobold.
I know you do. That's why I know that I don't even have to explain it. I just talk to you. But if I have to tell Neil every time that I'm talking to everybody else. Like it's like if somebody walks to the table, I'm suddenly speaking kobold again. When they walk away, I'm speaking English, common.
So, you stand there a little stand there a little shocked and surprised as this drunken guy clearly just walks over to the very next table where there's somebody and tries the same maneuver. You see that this time he gets a glass thrown in his face. He turns around and stumbles and walks across the bar, but you lose him in the crowd.
I don't think he was going to give me any milk at all. I guess that's what that saying's all about. How you shouldn't be trying to get the milk for free. You got to go get the cow.
I think he was going to give you milk, but just not Bessie's milk.
Well, Bessie's milk is best. So we go find where Bessie is?
I won't stop you, but I'm going to be looking for work because I kind of need to get paid. I feel like I might retire after this one, so I need to make some funds.
Wow, okay. Do you want me to bring you back a glass?
Sure, why not?
All right. So I'm going to go up to the bar and I'll try to flag down Borscht. Since Desmond might not want to tell me where Bessie is, because that might be losing business.
Right. So you find Borscht. He's back in the kitchen. Desmond is too busy to notice you heading back there, and so he kind of keeps doing his thing. You're not supposed to be in the kitchen. Anyway.
Where's the kobold from the kitchen? I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Glibglob.
Yeah, Glibglob.
He is in the kitchen scrubbing
Oh, what is that?
There's like a big pot, and he's actually inside the pot.
I was about to say. He's normally swimming in something, so...
all right. You find Borscht.
Excuse me, Mr. Borscht.
What do you want?
I was wondering if you can tell me where I could find the cow Bessie.
Bessie? What do you want Bessie for?
Well, you're out of milk.
And
I need some.
Take some other milk.
But Bessie's milk is best. Bessie's
Look, lady,
milk
they milk
is
Bessie
like
in the morning.
riding a rainbow across a field while
you're gonna have to wait for tomorrow. She's all milked out today.
That poor cow.
How do you know that?
He stops his cooking and turns to you. Look, little girl. They milk the cow, they distribute all of the milk, and then when she gets milked again, they then distribute it. If we're out of milk, there's no more milk left. It's not like there's just an endless amount of milk and all you gotta go is go and squeeze some udders. You know? Like, she only produces so much milk. Don't you understand where your food comes from?
Yes, but I don't think it just like only pops out instantly in the morning and that, she hasn't been making any since she was milked. If she got milked this morning, then maybe she has a glass worth now.
Just wait until tomorrow. What the hell's wrong with you? Who the hell do you think you are that you're so fine and fancy that you can get whatever kind of milk you want whenever you want? It's people like you that are the reason. At this point, Desmond steps in and goes, Borscht! We've got hors d'oeuvres that need to be served. Come on, stop arguing with the girl. Borscht kind of gives you a wave and goes, it's out of town to the east. There's a farm with a big red circle on it. He'll find it.
Thank you very much. Martha be with you.
Okay. All right. So meanwhile, back in the bar, can I get a perception check from Bork?
Alrighty. So sheet I had it up. Alrighty. So it's 13. Alright, let's see if I get the slash right first go this game.
Your mic's a little low.
1 second.
That's better.
Oh, I think it's because I leaned past the cover of the phone cover. All right.
Fantastic.
So roll 20 plus 13. Yeah, got a first go. 25.
Fantastic. So you see in this bar as everyone's kind of doing their thing, and a couple of people have scooted some tables away and are starting to make a small dance floor. There's a halfling that's kind of skirting the outside. And he kind of walks up next to a couple and does a quick and grabs one of the guy's little sacks of money and then just keeps like walking along the edge.
I want to pickpocket the pickpocketer.
You're a rogue, right?
No, I'm a bard.
Okay, but do you have pickpocketing as a skill?
I do.
Fantastic. What is your chance to pickpocket?
15%.
Please roll me a D100, and let's go for that 15%.
Alrighty, let's do this. Come on, no man needs some money. 43.
No. So you follow along this guy, and you go to grab his bags, take him off him, but just at that moment, he does like a bit of a spin move, opens the door, and like strides out into the cool evening air.
Okay. Well, I'm going to follow him out, and I'm just going to stand real tall and be like, stop, you thief!
Okay, about this time when Melissa starts walking out the front door, too, to go find this farm, the halfling stops, and then relaxes and keeps walking.
I'm going to turn to Melissa and be like, are you close enough? Would you be close enough? Because she'd be coming out at the same time, right?
Yeah, she's coming out at the same time. You can totally talk to her.
That guy's a thief and just lifted half of the patron's pockets, man. Or lady.
A thief?
A thief, and he just kept walking when I told him to stop.
Well, that's just wrong. I'll follow him outside.
As you guys begin to follow, the halfling begins to speed up and then run into the night streets as he realizes he's being followed.
Entangle.
Entangle needs some sort of vegetation around, and the dusty, dirty streets of Shirebrook have no vegetation on them. They're just dirt roads.
All right. Am I in range for command?
I don't know. What's the range on command?
Oh, I didn't even think of that, chat. I should have
90 feet. So he's got a head start on you. He's a halfling. You can eventually run him down.
Got shorter legs.
Mm-hmm.
I have that same problem. Maybe if you throw me at him.
All right. Well, I will chase after him.
Okay. So
and when I get within command range, I want to shout, "Repent!"
Repent. I don't know if that is clear enough of a command. As long as the command is absolutely clear and unequivocal, thus a command of suicide is ignored, while a command to die causes the creature to fall into a faint or cataleptic state. So repent is pretty vague.
When he just committed a sin.
But to him, that could be, if that's in his religion base, that's totally okay. So
Yeah.
you wouldn't need to repent for it.
Also, he might have committed a whole bunch of sins, and you only know about one of them. Which one are you trying to ask him to repent for?
Stealing.
Well, I mean, I know that's clear to Melissa, but I think as far as magic goes, repent is a...
I don't know, the one he's being chased down for right now. It seems pretty
Well, I
clear.
mean, suicide seems like a pretty clear command, doesn't it?
No, it's a noun, not a verb. When I say chair, does it mean sit on one, throw one, make one?
I think they meant, kill yourself if that was a single word. Self-immolation is probably, well, that might be a close enough command. Probably not. Anyway, so you start chasing him down.
Yeah.
Thinking of things to command. Are you going to command repent?
Yeah, I would have, because I thought it was fine.
Give him a save, even though he's not normally entitled to one. Because repent is a pretty obscure, I shouldn't say obscure, awkward command to give someone. So you guys are chasing down after him. He stops in the middle of the road, turns towards the north, puts his hands together, and begins to rub them back and forth as the two of you catch up to him.
I'm gonna jump on him and stab him.
Roll to hit.
1d20 plus. Actually, no, I don't get a plus. Actually, if I specialize, expertise in daggers, do I get the bonus? No, I just
you get more attacks. You get the expertise gives you 3 attacks around with the dagger if you
I
throw
got
them.
10. Does he have armor?
10 is enough. He's not armored, and he's standing there repenting to his god. Please roll me a damage roll.
Okay. Two damage.
You stab him in the neck, and he falls to the ground, blood going everywhere.
Sweet.
He was repenting. He saw the error of his ways.
No, you commanded him to do that, silly. I'm gonna roll him on his back and then stab him in the eye, because I get 2 attacks per round.
You rip out his eye with the dagger. He is now dead. Not just simply unconscious and bleeding. You have killed him.
Sweet. Alright, so let's start looting him. I'm gonna drag him off the street to the side. It'll take me a bit, but I'm gonna drag him to the side of the street and start looting him.
That's not really a capital offense.
Well, he wasn't coming easy.
He was just standing there. All he had to do was tackle him, and then we could have brought him back, and he could have seen the error of his ways and made penance in prison.
I'm gonna sit him up and stand next to him, even though he's sitting obviously he's laying down or leant against something. I'm still
dead?
about his size. Yeah, he's dead. At the time.
Oh, he's dead.
So, yeah,
Is he
stand
-10?
next to- Yeah, I stabbed him in the eye.
Yeah.
He's definitely.
Yeah, I mean, he was at 0, and then Bork just stabbed him in the eye. I think that's a pretty good...
Well, that's 4 points.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good coup de grace sort of moment when he's unconscious on the ground. I think stabbing someone through the eye when they're motionless is a pretty solid... He's dead. I thought that was... I mean, you can insta kill someone who's unconscious, right? That's part of the rules as written. I figured stabbing someone in the eye is the equivalent of trying to kill him. So, Bork, you're digging in his pockets and bags, and he's got some money on them.
Sweet.
You come up with 89 gold.
Wow, that's 140.
Well, I guess we can at least get this back to its rightful owners in the bar.
I will totally do that later, but first you need to go get some milk, don't you? What else does he have on him?
Well, no, they might need to pay their tabs, and then they'll find they have nothing, and then Desmond will get mad at them.
Well, that's...
We should return this right now.
As you're digging through the pockets, ignoring Melissa, you come across a key that seems to be made out of platinum or silver, some shiny metal. It's hard to see in the dark. That has a big red ring encircled around the butt of the key.
All right, cool. That's strange. I need to know where that comes from. Alrighty, writing that down. Anything else? Anything of value? They're not even value.
Those are the two things of value. And the gold was scattered in a few different bags that he had clearly swiped from a person.
Yeah.
That includes silver, but we can just throw it all into gold. It's shenanigans, who cares?
Alright.
So there we go.
Sweet. Oh, and
Let's get this money back.
Hold up. Before we go, we need to put a sign on him so, like, they're not looking for some murderer. And I'll just, like, start, like, he obviously has a shirt on, doesn't he?
Right. Do you know how to read and write? Is that a proficiency of yours?
I believe I do, because I'm a bard.
All right. The kobold bard knows how to read and write.
Yep.
What
I'm gonna write thief.
Don't you be saying it like that. The last Kobold player we had knew engineering and about 5 other sciences.
Anatomy, torturing, reading and writing, and herbalism. I am smart enough to know to take reading and writing as a kobold.
Wow. All right. You guys are fantastic. So in his blood, you write on his shirt, thief.
I'm going to write with my piece of charcoal that I have.
Okay. All right.
Because if I write it in blood, it could be like just a murder out to hunt.
Right. Okay. You write it in charcoal on his shirt, on his white wife beater-esque shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Thief. He's got like a jacket over it.
How good does the jacket look?
The jacket's actually kind of a nice leather jacket. It's like not quite a bomber jacket, but it's kind of like a heavy-duty leather.
I'm gonna stand there looking at it and looking at Melissa, and I take it off him and I put it on. And I'm like, does this suit me?
How tall are you?
I think I'm the maximum size a kobold can be, so not very big. I think I'm like 4 foot at most.
You are. Okay, you might be a little big for his jacket, actually. He's a halfling, so he is.
I think I'm pretty close.
Yeah, he's like 3.5 feet tall. So if you're almost 4 feet tall, the jacket might fit you. It might be a little short on you, or it might fit just right, depending on proportions.
That's okay. I'm a kobold, so it would look odd anyway.
All right. So you swipe his jacket.
Yep.
And Melissa, you're standing here as Bork picks the guy's pockets, takes his clothes, and then starts heading back towards Shenanigans. What do you do?
Do you think he stole that jacket too?
Well, yeah. Look at him. He's a thief. He couldn't afford a nice jacket like this.
That seems like it'd be a little hard to pick someone's pocket for a jacket, since that would be wearing it.
Thieves steal a person's pants while they're standing at a bar. I think they can also steal somebody's jacket. If anything, a jacket is easier than one's pants.
You've really seen someone steal somebody's pants?
It was amazing. He kind of like just wriggled them down and halfway, and then suddenly, whoop, gone, pants off, and he was just walking away, and the guy didn't even know. And then the bartender was like, "So, where's your pants?"
That would be really embarrassing for the poor victim.
Sure was, but I heard that he was a brutal barbarian that liked to pick on smaller races, so he had it coming.
Well, I guess we can bring that jacket back with the other things to find out who it belongs to. Should be easy to find since it'll be someone short.
I'm going to do that now. So if you want to come back with me, you can, or you can continue finding Bessie.
No, we need to get this stuff back. This takes precedence.
Okay.
All right, let's bring these things back.
You guys start walking back towards
next time you shouldn't just murder somebody. I mean, I know he was a thief, but we did have the situation under control. We can just capture them and take them into justice. That's what Martha would want.
I stand there and I go like this, like hands up and down. I weigh less than your sword.
But I weigh more than my sword, which is more than what a halfling weighs. So I could have caught him. I mean, I already got him with a spell, and he can only run half as fast.
You guys are having this conversation while you're walking back towards Shenanigans.
Yeah.
When the door opens to Shenanigans, and out step like 5 guys. They're all fairly tall, dressed in the tuxedos as before, and they've got shiny little rapiers at their side. And they look around and go, "That's him! The guy in the jacket! He's the one who stole it! Kill him!" And the 5 guys start running at the 2 of you. Rapiers at their sides.
You had to wear the jacket.
Oh, of course I did. I gotta
The
make
most
it.
distinguishing thing the halfling has.
All right, so we're gonna roll initiative now. We're gonna do group initiative since there's so many of them, and I don't want to keep track of that many. So someone roll a d10 for the party.
I'll roll it. It's fine. Unless you want to roll it, Rob.
Go for it. I'm not going to attack.
I got a 1!
Okay, you guys beat their 3 fairly significantly. They point at you guys. Well, really at Bork. They point at you and get him! Kill him! What do you do? There's 5 of them. They're all well-to-do nobles with
I'm
rapiers.
going to jump in front. Well, I'm a well-to-do noble, too. I'm going to jump in front and spread my arms. Go, stop! We caught the thief. You came back here to return your goods.
Bork, what do you do?
What she said! But I'm like one arm behind my back with my dagger ready.
Hey. The drunken nobles are out for blood. They run, draw their weapons, ignoring everything Melissa has to say. You've got a dagger ready. You see them coming at you. They can attack with it if you want before they close with you.
Alright, I'm gonna peg one of my daggers at one of their little knees. Like I'm just gonna immobilize him.
Give me a roll to hit.
1d20. 7 up.
No, the dagger fumbles in the night, finding home in the ground. The nobles come, swords drawn, rapiers drawn. Melissa, what do you do?
I shout to, and they're coming at me.
You're standing right in front of Bork. They're coming right for you.
I'm standing in front, not wearing armor. Fine elven woman. They're actually going to stab me with their rapiers.
You have no idea what they're going to do, but they are running at you with rapiers drawn, shouting, "Kill him!" So
All right. I shout to Bork, "Run for the foliage!" and gesture for him to start running into where there's some grass.
Okay. The nobles come up. One of them tries to shove you aside, Melissa. He's actually trying to knock you down to the ground with his shoulder. So he bashes into you with a 13. Can you make me an opposed strength check?
I have this funny feeling that they're trying to rough her up and they're gonna hurt themselves.
Let's see. Strength is 13, so...
20 plus your strength.
24.
All right.
Wow.
So he bashes into you, and maybe you just turn to the side of it, and he stumbles past and falls against the wall near Bork. Another guy comes careening around the edge and goes to stab Bork with a natural 1. Beautiful. And a natural 1 on the saving throw versus death. And
So
then
he
a
falls on
6.
his own sword.
So he
Stabs himself?
goes to slash at Bork with the rapier, not stab at him. Rapiers aren't very good at slashing, but he's going for it anyway. But in the back swing, he makes a slash at his friend's face and cuts him.
Wow. Oh, one hit.
For 5 points of damage. And his friend drops to the ground in a bloody mess. That takes care of 3 of them. The remaining 2, another one tries to stab at Bork with a 10.
Nah, no good. 14.
Which is a miss. And the other one also tries to shove past Melissa, shouting, "Murderer!" And that's an 18 to hit in a opposed strength check again, Melissa. He's trying to knock you to the ground. Natural 20 on his strength check, which beats your fail. So the other guy shoves Melissa to the ground. One of the noblemen is like smashed against a wall. Another one is splayed out, slashed across the face on the ground. Blood kind of pouring everywhere. And Bork gets his second attack.
Alright, I'm going to flick the bag of my second dagger. I got like 6. So I flick another dagger backwards and just bash him in the temple, the one that missed.
Right, give me a roll to hit.
Come on.
Ooh,
What? 8.
wild miss. And I think you get 3 throws per round since you have an expertise in dagger. So
Okay.
give me the third.
19.
19. That is a critical hit against somebody.
We'll say the same guy.
All right, roll me double damage on this guy.
2d4. Boom. 6.
You
Non-lethal.
drop him to the ground. All of a sudden, of the 5, there are 3. And there's a noble elven woman who's been knocked to the ground at their feet. Let's roll initiative. Let's see how this
I'll let
plays
you roll
out.
this one, Rob. I think I've used up all my luck now.
All right.
I think my bard's like got the highest kill count so far of all my characters.
Well, they're not dead. I'm gonna heal them.
Well, you guys go first. Once again, you beat their extremely low initiative with an even lower. Artie's turn.
Alrighty, I'll go
I
first.
say run for the grass.
No, it's all
Lead
good.
them onto the grass.
I'm gonna bash another one in the side of the head as he comes for me.
Roll
11?
that 11's a hit.
This is getting ridiculous.
Well, I mean, they're unarmed nobles. They're out at dancing.
3 damage.
They're armed nobles. They have rapiers.
Unarmored nobles. I'm sorry. He does not go down.
But he's pretty bashed.
He is pretty bashed. Melissa, you're on the ground, covered in mud. Bork is fighting these people. There's bodies everywhere with daggers or cuts across them, bleeding to death, slowly but surely.
All right. Well, I'm ticked off because I got knocked in the mud. I'm gonna stand up.
Release
And-
righteous fury on them.
If I stand up, can I still like run and tackle the one that he already smacked?
Yeah. Go ahead, make me an attack roll to tackle the sucker.
Okay. Do I get to add 1 to that, or what do I do here? I mean, I don't have a.
Yeah, I'm sure you've been knocked to the
Or just
ground,
a
so you can
straight
come up
D20.
from his flank. So a d20 plus 1 to tackle him from the side. There you
Okay,
go. Now give me
failed.
an opposed strength check to knock him down. Ooh, natural 1 on his part. All you gotta do is not roll below 20. Fantastic. You knock him to the ground. His rapier goes sprawling from his hand, spins across the floor, the dirt, the ground, as the 2 others go to stab at Bork.
Bring it, boys.
There we go. The 5 is a miss, but a 17 is definitely a hit.
Yeah.
The rapier stabs you for 3 points of damage, poking
Yep.
a hole in your belly.
If you would just run into the grass, I can cast Entangle, and then they'll be stuck, and this will all be over.
Oh yeah, it'll be over for them then.
Out of the door comes Desmond. He's got his longsword in his hands and a shield, and he starts banging them together, grabbing everyone's attention,
Okay, and I go, help!
calling for this nonsense to come to an end.
I go, thank goodness you're here.
I didn't kill anybody, I swear. Look at him. Like
I
they
go,
did-
pull them off Bork, and I'll heal those two others.
Desmond comes over, clears the space. Nobody, no matter how drunk they are, wants to get Desmond swinging weapons at them, so everyone kind of backs off. Melissa, do you have healing
I've got-
spells or
I have 2
proficiencies?
CLWs. Well, I mean, I can't use. If I use the healing proficiency.
You'll just stabilize them. Yeah.
All right, I'll use my 2 CLWs.
Okay, they both come back to 1 HP. They're pretty much incapacitated for the day, but they're fine. Live. Desmond clears the area and looks around and goes, "What is the meaning of this?"
Well, okay. I followed a thief that I saw pickpocketing down the road.
Liar! He's the thief! I bet if you search him, he'll have all the money.
Of course, we got the money off to bring it back to
And
Shenanigans.
that's the jacket!
And I took his jacket.
Stole
I go,
a dead
now
man.
I just have to say, the thief was a halfling, and this is a kobold, and I find it really insulting to demi-humans that you can't even tell them apart. That if they just wear the same jacket, you think they're exactly the same. We can lead you to where the body of the thief is.
Desmond crosses his arm. I guess he can't with the shield. He sets the shield down and crosses his arms. All right, lead away.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
We'll lead him back to the body.
You guys lead back to the body, but it's gone.
But there's blood in the dirt.
Blood everywhere.
Yes, indeed, there is some blood in the dirt, but it's nighttime or evening. How well can you really see blood in the dirt at evening?
Well, I can see it pretty
I
good.
can, very well.
Yeah, I'm a kobold.
All right, so the two of you point to the ground and go, look, there's blood. And the humans are,
Do I need to get you a torch? I'm sorry, I'm not used to you normies.
normies? What kind of condescending vocabulary is that?
Well, you were talking down to me a second ago.
Fucking halflings. Piece of
I'm
shit.
not a halfling. Look at me. I'm a lizard.
You're a half a height of a person. It makes you a halfling. Right,
Yeah, I'll
right?
give you that.
Halfling.
Bloody drunks. Oh, no, I'm not even going to give you back your part of the tab. You can find another way of paying it, butthole.
And looks around and goes, all right. So why is there a body? Why is this thief dead? Supposedly.
Well, I can't tackle him, so I gave him a stab, and he didn't survive. I thought maybe I'd wound him, but apparently he wasn't very strong, so he went down.
Desmond looks to Melissa. Uh-huh. And Cleric of Martha, Goddess of Life and Healing. How do you fit into all this? Did you stab him too?
No, I commanded him to repent, and he was, but I guess that Bork here didn't quite hear that part and tackled him when he stopped.
I didn't tackle him. I'm not big enough. I thought we went through this on the way back to Shenanigans.
So the Cleric of Martha just stood by while a poor man, an innocent man was murdered?
No, I cast a command spell to make him repent. I wasn't standing by at all. That's how the game mechanics work. I got a turn, and then the other person got a turn. That's how this whole world works.
Uh-huh.
Just like everything in this world is percentage-based in increments of 5%.
Except for thief abilities.
Well, yeah, except for those.
I
And
love how
climbing
they're all-
checks.
And resurrection and survival.
And system shocks.
Well, same kind of thing, right?
And
Well, he had
teleportation
systems.
spells.
Well, most of the important roles.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's time someone gets the sheriff to sort this stuff out.
Well, do
I
you want me to
think so,
pay their
too.
tabs
Anyway,
or
We
not?
were bringing back the goods. We
Well,
captured
now
them.
there's
Right
a-
there coming through Shenanigans.
There's
Like,
a dead
it-
body involved, a missing dead body involved, apparently, supposedly. I can't believe you've admitted to murdering someone when there's no body around. And then there were two people that were killed and then brought back to life or prevented from fully dying that need to be answered for.
Those
Hey,
five
they attacked
attacked
us.
poor Bork.
Self-defense. Look at me. I'm one kobold versus 5 men. I think that is 100% self-defense.
What
Hey,
would
I
you
have
have done,
seen
Ben?
some kobolds that are amazing. Not many. In fact, only really ever one. And he never lived to see Shenanigans built, the poor bastard, but he was an amazing kobold.
Oh,
He could have taken
thanks,
10
man.
men, not you.
Oh, what happened to my webcam?
What would you have done if you were one person being attacked by 5, Desmond?
Did you ever hear about the time I fought the dragon? There I was, in a swamp. My webcam had gone out. My friends were missing. Just me and the black dragon. And while someone goes to run off to grab the sheriff, he proceeds to regale you with the tale of the time he soloed a black dragon. But let's take a break at this point because the sheriff is being gotten. And we'll come back from break on the other side. Bye-bye.
And learn what the connection between fighting one dragon is and fighting 5 people.